Welcome to another episode of Story Time with MemeMichelle. Tonight we'll be reading chapter 15, some of chapter 15, because it's a little, grown and sexy, so I don't know how far I'm gonna go. So parental discretion is advised. If your kids are in the room, you might want to ask them to leave. Today's chapter is called Checkmate Bitch. Now, I am a little petty if my feelings get hurt, and you have to really hurt them for me to ponder how I'm gonna get you back. If you have the book, if you've already read the book, then you know my nickname in the book was Karma. Because karma's nice and sweet and chill. If you're good to karma, good karma comes to you. If you're bad, bad karma comes to you. Karma has everyone's address, and karma is very patient. And I am karma in the book. So, we're gonna get this thing popping. And just let me tell y'all, I have read this and deleted it about 10 times. So if I mess up this time, we're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep the party going. All right. Where do I want to start? Hey sis, do you want to hit this California love? I was like, nah, friend, I'm good because tonight I'm gonna need to have a clear head for what I'm about to do. The car fills with laughter. This girl is about to put on her suit and clown, Mimi says. We pulled up to Club Indigo and the place was packed, and anybody who was somebody was there that night. We made our way upstairs to the VIP, and as we crossed the velvet ropes, I turned to my girls and said, look like it's gonna be one of those nights where we gonna tear this club up. Oh, yes, ma'am, Mona said. We stepped in looking so right, legs shining right along with some ice. That's diamonds, boys and girls, for those of you who don't know. Point blank, the people were just not ready for us. Suddenly, Mary J's I Can Love You featuring Little Kim came on, and we lost it. That was our shit as we were dancing in our own world. A very handsome young man sent a bottle of Cristal to us. I told him thank you, but that wasn't my thing. Mimi was like, well, it's mine. Thank you, sir. We'll take it. We don't waste alcohol around here. Then he asked me, well, pretty lady, if that's not your thing, then what is? What do you like? I said I prefer the sidecar, and before I knew it, he sent one over to me and told the bartender that as long as I was drinking, to keep them coming. As we looked out into the crowd, Mona noticed that Thomas and King had entered into the club. Mona went downstairs to greet Thomas, but I stayed in the VIP with my girls to people watch. I knew I didn't have to go down because he would eventually come to me. Oh my God, Anastasia screams. Look who's coming up the stairs. It's Poppy. Poppy was a hip-hop reggae artist, one of the latest additions to my dad's label. He and Anastasia worked closely together. He loved the way she kept things running smoothly for him. Boy, what are you doing here? She said. Nothing much, fam, just hanging out before the big tour, he answered. Hey, Dynasty, you know our first stop is Jamaica. You should join us and you should come through, he said. I'll check my schedule. If I'm available, I just might. Mimi said, well, shit. I'm coming through too. Where y'all going? Mona asked as she and Thomas made their way upstairs to the VIP. We were talking about going on a Jamaica trip, I said. Oh, pencil me in for that shit, she replied. As I stood there on the railing, I felt a body press up against me from behind. I knew exactly who it was by the smell of his cologne, and I said to myself, let the games begin. Sunshine, sunshine, a voice whispered in my ear. I turned around and looked at him and said, I don't think that name pertains to me anymore. Don't you think that should be reserved for Delilah, your wife? Never, he said. King, what do you want? I said. He replied, I just want to talk. Can you come and see me tonight? I'm at the Beverly Hills, Wilshire. How ironic, so am I. At that moment, I turned to my girls, hugged them, and told them that I would meet up with them later. That night, we walked and talked for hours before headed back to the hotel. We got on the elevator and headed to the 8th floor. Here we are, he said, room 112. He unlocked the door and held it open so I could enter. He dimmed the lights and turned the music on to create a romantic setting. Before I knew it, there we were, still darkness, no candlelight, silent conversation, The mood was just right. Magnetic body language only two of us could comprehend. And at that moment, he grabbed me around my waist and pulled me in close, so close that I could feel his heart beating through his chest. The beating of our hearts were so similar that I couldn't tell one from the other. He looked into my eyes and gently kissed me on my lips. I took off my blazer and my shorts and began to kiss him on his neck. As I stood there in my stilettos, bra, and panties, I commanded that he take off his clothes. This wasn't the high school king. This was grown man NBA king, and damn it, he was fine. I stepped back and admired his body and said to myself, I'm about to fuck the dog shit out of him. Now, I don't want to read the rest because it's real explicit, but you might want to go to Amazon, get your copy, and then let's talk. What else you want to hear? I might want to rewind the tape and go back so y'all can understand where this chapter came from. So don't forget to like, comment, and share, and tell your friends. In order for them to understand the mistress to the game, they got to get this one first. All right? See you guys tomorrow. Two fingers. Bye. Ow, ow. Story time.